Imagine that we are the most important place in this huge system where data is stored. Basically, cosmologists all over the world are amazed by this discovery that keeps coming. The James Webb Space Telescope has seen the soft glow of city lights 7 trillion miles away from Earth. That's all there is to it. This amazing achievement does more than just broaden our views on what we are with the universe. As experts sift through the data, looking for clues that could reveal the mysteries of these strange lights, the theory goes crazy. The things to think about are amazing. Look at that, for starters. We are following in the footsteps of a few unique people in the universe who believe that the universe is full of life and progress that we can't even begin to understand. Is it possible that these faraway lights indicate the presence of social orders from other planets? What does it have to do with our understanding of how likely it is that there is life in the world besides Earth? Join us as we look at how the James Webb Telescope saw city lights 7 trillion miles away not long ago. The James Webb Space Telescope was launched into space on Christmas Day 2021. It was hoped that it would be better than the highly regarded Hubble telescope at taking amazingly clear pictures of newly found galaxies, planets, and other things. It is clear that one of the JWST's main goals is to study how the earliest worlds formed by looking at the farthest neighbors of the universe. The excursion season of light in our universe lasts for billions of years, so this is important. These things are exactly the same as they were billions of years ago when the JWST gathers light from them. Light years are used to measure distances because that's how far light can move in a year. To show this, the mission's most important practical work was a huge field picture that U.S. President Joseph Biden unveiled from the White House on July 11, 2022, to describe this fact. Starting on December 18, 1995, the Hubble Space Telescope focused on a single spot in the sky for 10 days in a row. During that time, the Hubble Deep Field became well known. It was a very small spot, about 1/millionth of the size of the whole sky. Hubble found 3,000 things that we can't see or touch. Most of them were huge systems that were followed down from billions of light-years away. The JWST Deep Field looks at a very small part of the sky when it looks at the SMX-0723 system group. The system plan SMX-0723 is 4.6 billion light-years away. The strong gravity field behind it makes the galaxies farther away look even brighter. When the beautiful frames are bent, they make huge turns where the gravitational field is usually strong. In one case, it was proven that the light from a very faraway galaxy took 1.1 billion years to move through space and reach the telescope. As the universe gets bigger, the light that is being sent out grows. The JWST's main goal has been to turn the visible light from their stars into infrared light. People who like to look at the stars can clearly see JWST's light pictures of nearby universes taken by Hubble and other telescopes. With that kind of data, we can see how galaxies have changed over very long periods of time and come together to form the shapes we see today. The speed with which the JWST took its first deep field picture, in hours instead of days or even months for other telescopes, is even more impressive than the huge number of designs it shows. It can't get away from the desire to find galaxies no matter where it looks. Universe gatherings aren't the only things that are being used to improve major problems. Experts use the JWST to take a picture of a group of galaxies called VV1191 so they can study how the light from one pair changed as it passed through the other. The later effects of this study will show what the intermediate galaxy's progress is like. Also, it looks like the JWST may have really made a great find. From the official JWST page, we saw light from a galaxy very far away and learned that auroras might be present on an exoplanet. It's hard to tell where the energy in the high atmosphere is coming from because there isn't a host star and it's cold. Any way you look at it, the fact that the object causing the aurora is definitely making methane is important. Without a question, they are caused by powerful particles coming from the sun into space and being caught by Earth's magnetic field, just like aurorae. The charged particles then move through the air near the poles of the Earth. There, they hit gas particles and make the aurora borealis, a beautiful light show. Because of the solar wind, the auroras on Jupiter and Saturn are both not stable. However, the normal W1 doesn't have a star to circle, which is why its auroras are so hard to explain. Proxima Centauri, also known as TRAPPIST-1, is still everyone's main question. It is about 4.4 light-years away from Earth. Inside the Milky Way galaxy, scientists have found evidence of water on an exoplanet, and it's not possible that there is no life on the world. Are we finally going to find proof that there is life outside of Earth? The JWST saw another incredibly huge black hole just last month. This huge black hole was seen at different frequencies, and it's eating everything in its path. This find is 40 million times bigger than the Sun. But what's the most important thing for us? Based on what the JWST has seen, this incredibly huge black hole has been around since the beginning of time. It most likely won't move. Everything in its area is being eaten quickly by this beast. Dr. Lucas Fu and Professor Alastair Z from Israel's Ben-Gurion University of the Negev made the finding. According to what they found, the very large black hole is almost always heavier than the Sun, which makes it a monster. Luckily, it was found 129 billion light-years away from Earth, which is a very long way. Still, it's getting closer, and the red shift shows that the black hole is eating everything around it very quickly. When the JWST started sending back its small amount of data, inspectors were excited as they went through it. They quickly thought it was a huge black hole nearby. When they used gravitational lensing to look at the data, they found something even more interesting. Similar things were happening in other very large black holes from the early universe. This gave them new information about how the black hole and its host galaxy formed and how they are connected. This is still mostly unknown, but it could be proof of the early stages of formation of very big objects, like star-forming material that fell into black holes. Scientists in space still can't figure out what's going on in the pictures that are sent back to Earth, but one thing is for sure, the James Webb Space Telescope finds new strange items every day. We are lucky to be able to explore space and be amazed by the spectacular lights of planets and stars that are light-years away. The JWST not only lets us see a lot more than our eyes can, but it has also shown us an interesting item in a picture. The European Space Agency took this picture, which was focused on something else. They saw two young stars fitting together. But 1.47 light-years away, there is a small, strange object that looks like a question mark. It's an orange mark at the bottom of the shot. It's clear that this little picture is not at all worthy. The truth is that it's huge. The form of the question mark was seen when looking at the plans of Herbig-Haro objects, which are young stars surrounded by huge rings of gas and dust. About the form of the question mark, the facts may show that because the Webb telescope only shows 2 dimensions, it looks this way from its current point of view. We have no idea what it is, and very likely will never know unless we look into it more. That being said, experts have confirmed the finding, and it may be a structure far away or even galaxies that are talking to each other. The messed up question mark form might be a delayed result of how well they work together. Webb's discovery of a lot of faraway buildings that are bigger than they really are has led to a constant flow of new strange requests. Everyone is focusing on a certain group of planets about the size of Earth that might hold the key to finding life on other worlds. The person who is causing trouble, such as the lack of proof for advanced extraterrestrial life in the world, not to mention the high probability that such things exist, could finally be put to rest. In what place are these planets? To be exact, they are 40 light-years away from Earth. Also, the close star system has 7 planets circling it. It is called TRAPPIST-1. When NASA tries to find habitable worlds, they look at a lot of different criteria, not just the planet's size and distance from its star. A more reasonable way to find out if a world is habitable is to look at its climate in general. The Infrared Spitzer Space Telescope, which is part of NASA's goal to explore space, found the 7 dangerous planets circling the same star, TRAPPIST, a long time ago. The temperature of one of those planets, TRAPPIST-1b, has now been found by the James Webb Space Telescope. Since it was first launched, the JWST has made many important finds. This is just the latest in a long line of record-breaking firsts. Light from an exoplanet as small and cool as those in our own close planet group has been found for the first time. No other telescope has been able to measure light sources that are so weak. It has been found at the face of TRAPPIST-1b. It gets over 1000 degrees Fahrenheit 538 degrees Celsius when you face the sun. But on the other side, when it's completely dark, the temperature drops a lot. The finding has been very helpful for scientists who are trying to figure out if these planets are habitable or not. What will happen next? The big question, is there life outside of Earth? This is still being looked into, and the solutions may be close by.